Hello, here's Michael Hefele, and it is a Heffing dream to be on the podcast, and he takes the chance.
Money range from this cowboy, so keep the chains, 'cause I got a little time and some tenderness. You never bow my love, yeah. No other things that I push us through. About a heart that the heart is through. Something that you got to know this girl. Take my hand, I'm in your love. Take my hand, you, I'm in your love. Take my hand, you, I'm in your love. Take my hand, I'm in your love. This present don't really come for free. The paychecks don't mean so much to me. Just take my hand and hold me tight. You never bow my love. You bear me this and you bear me that. So you know when we over, you count me wrong, but that's a fair. Something that you got to know. That's too deep.
This episode is once again sponsored by the brilliant Magic Rock Brewing. Currently, if you're in lockdown and you need a couple of beers, Magic Rock are offering next day delivery for all orders over £40. No voucher codes needed. Just head over to the website, which is www.magicrockbrewing.com/shop. And also keep an eye out on social media over the next couple of weeks as well. There'll be some more packs and a few interesting things on the horizon as well. A very warm welcome back to the Andy Takes That Chance podcast. Today we continue our Cult Heroes series, and I urge you to crack open a can of Magic Rock's finest German Pilsner, prepare your swear jars, saddle up your giraffes, and get nice and comfortable, because this isn't a dream, it's a heffing reality. I'm Matt Shaw, today with me Richard Kosmala and Neil Wayne, and a very warm welcome to the podcast. It's Michael Hefele. Michael Hefele.
Love it.
I love the game.
Love it. Buzzing.
All right, I'll stop that now.
Yeah, please don't.
First of all, every
It gets
time
better from here, Michael. Don't worry.
Yeah, it does get better from now on.
First of all, how are you doing, Michael? How's everything with you?
I'm okay so far. My family is okay. Everybody's healthy. So there's not much what I can say in this difficult times. We are all good, and hopefully you guys are as well all good and all safe and all healthy, because it's a little bit difficult times for everybody, I would say. But overall, I'm okay. I feel good.
Excellent. So it's fantastic to speak to you. First of all, thank you very much for giving up your time and joining us on this podcast. What I'd like to do is maybe start the journey when you were the little lion, we'll say, when you were a youngster. How did you become a footballer? And maybe you can tell us about how you didn't get into, is it 1860 Munich because of a certain Christopher Schindler?
Yeah, Christopher Schindler. This guy. He didn't wanted to have me in his team. But this was like a little bit later, when I was like maybe 16, 17 or something. I started in my hometown called ST Cheyenne, where my dad was my coach in the under-9, under-10s. And it was like literally always my dream to become a professional footballer, even when we are from a very small village, yeah. But it was always my dream that one day I became a professional footballer, and just tried to do everything as well. When we were like little kids, my dad was like my mentor, my trainer. So there wasn't like not much fun when you didn't do well in a game. So he told me what I should do better, or what was not so good. So he was always like, the force for me to bring me in the right direction, to show me what I can do better, what I should do better. And that you just should chase your dreams, and nothing is impossible. He always said you can dream, or we always dream as a family, as big as we can, and when you can dream about it, you can achieve it as well at some point. And so this was always our philosophy. When you work very hard, when you have like your dreams, then you can achieve it. And so I worked my way to the next city. Pfaffenhofen was called. It was a little bit a bigger club. We played a little bit higher in the youth, but not on a top level. I never was in the top level like Bundesliga or like Youth Premier League or something, when you want to compare it to the British football. It was always like 2 below or 3rd league, so not so good, but it was okay, you know. I was to this time very tiny, physical, not as strong as now.
It's hard to imagine being small. Small, thin, and was number 10. So it was, not the best, but I still believed in my dream. And then we just always tried to get to a bigger club. So I made like nearly every summer or winter a trial with the next bigger club around me, which was then Ingolstadt. To this time, they were called MTV Ingolstadt, and afterwards it was FC Ingolstadt 04. And this was my next bigger step. And from there on, we always played as well, like in the 2nd youth division, whatever. And I tried then every summer and every winter. I scrolled in the internet. I searched for the numbers for 1860 Munich or FC Augsburg, the contact persons who is responsibility
for the next level, for the under 16s, under 17s, under 18s, under 19s. So I grabbed out of the internet always the contact person, called them and say like, hello, here's Michael Hefele. I'm playing Ingolstadt. Can I come around for a trial? And then sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they say no. So I always pushed it, and most of the times they say yes, and then I come around, for example, to 1860 Munich and tried there my best. And they never really want me, or even to Augsburg. It was every summer the same. You go there, you try 2 days, the best you can, and then on the end of the day say no. It was quite hard to this point because you just had like no's, and I thought like, I do the same like this, guys. Why you don't take me? So this was like break my heart a little bit, because this was the bigger club where you can play like Bundesliga, or like you see they're the same age, they're playing maybe national team or another level, you know, and you want to get as well to this level, and they always say no, and I never understood it. So I just have to work harder and harder and harder, and try then again and again and again, because we were never giving up. We just said like, okay, thank you, we will come back again. And in the under 17s or under 19s, it was this accident with Shindy. He was their captain, and I already know, you know, these guys who playing there, because, you know, I'm from a small village. I Googled everything up and had a look who were the guys, what they can do, and followed them, you know. And then when I was there at 1860 Munich, for example, we did a warm-up, and he was captain to this time, so he had to go to the try list. Nobody wanted to go to the try list. It's a little bit harsh, but it is. The kids are brutal. You know it, how kids are. And they think they're better. They're coming from the big city, and now he's like a little guy coming from the village. We show them a little bit off, you know, a little bit here, arrogant or whatever. So Shindy had to do some passing drill with me. And honestly, I can tell you, this guy was not nice to me. He passes me the ball so hard and wobbly and all this stuff. And I thought like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, literally? So he killed me. And then the gaffer to this time was looking how the passing is going on. And obviously, when you shoot at me, I can't control the ball and I can't pass it back. So he said like, oh, what are you doing? You can't control the ball. And I was thinking like, you see how he passed me the ball? And yeah, so this was the first contact what I had with Shindy. And on the end, it's not working out. But like he made me feel very small to this time. And on the end of the day, I ended up in FC Augsburg, where I come as well, like all the time for some trials every year. With the first year was Thomas Tuchel there. He didn't want me, and the second year was another manager there. And from there, I started to feel a little bit more what it means, like real football. You know, they said like play a chip or play like this balls, and I was like thinking, what are you saying? A chip ball? What is this? You know, a scoop or something? And I didn't know it, so I learned a lot of this environment because it was more professional. And then on my last half a year in the youth, I wanted to play so badly Bundesliga, youth Bundesliga, and I went to Unterhaching as well. I called them up. I said like, listen, can I have a trial there? Can I have 2 days? I want to come if it's possible. And yeah, they took me, and they played a half a year Bundesliga, which was immense. I even had to give. I got like for half a year money for my mom and dad for the petrol, which was tiny bit, really tiny bit. And the guy in Augsburg said like, you can go, but you have to give all the petrol money back. And I come from we are like on the middle, you know, we are not rich, we are normal people, under normal people, working very hard, my family. And this was like, we couldn't believe it, which kind of person this guy was, because it was always an hour to the training, and my parents always drive me. drove me. So this was very nasty from this guy. But on the end of the day, we are obsessed with football and with this dream to play Bundesliga. Then we took it and we played there for free because we just love this game. And we wanna achieve something. So it's all about to play football and to play in the Bundesliga and not to earn this money. And I saw the next steps from there better to become a professional. And then when this change was from the youth to the senior players, this was where I really kicked in with 18, more 19. I started to grow, get bigger and bigger and stronger because I did previously, I did nearly every day. This was one thing what I did over a couple of years, every night, 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups. So I gained a lot of power from this, I don't know, and I did a lot of extra work. And then it just slowly comes in. And when we played then 5th league in German football against proper men, everybody had a beard and they were proper men, then we just smashed them because we had no fear, or I had no fear from these old guys, because what they want, they play 5th league and they want to show off now, and then you just smash them guys and say listen, not with me, you can do it with somebody else. And this is real senior football, where some big talents, even which played by Bayern Munich or whatever, you see it always, all the big talents, all of a sudden they don't come through because in a senior team is men's football. Somebody grab you, somebody push you, somebody hit you, somebody is nasty to you. You have to handle this. And so I quite liked it because I was ruthless with the other guys. I wanted to just become professional player, and if you were my striker, I would snap you in 2 or in 3, and I don't care because I just wanted to come through. And after this year, which we did very good, I become then a professional contract in Unterhaching in the third league, and from there on I played 35 games, and this was my start in the professional industry, because it was as well very tough. I got the opportunity to train once 1 year before with the first team, and it was the same. There were big players there, and they thought this little kid from the under 23s, I hit him a little bit, I give him my elbow, I give him shit or whatever, but not with me. I literally put him on the ground multiple times. He said you don't want to do this again, otherwise it's gotta be a fight, and say whatever, what do you want? Said some bad things to him as well. And the next situation, long ball, he was jumping up, I headed the ball and I chopped his head off as well with my head, because you can't mess with me. This is football, and this is why football so beautiful. Everybody is the same. It doesn't matter how old you are, how poor you are, how rich you are, whatever you achieved or not achieved. When you are better, you're better.
Like you said, it's brutal as well, isn't it? The competitive nature is brutal, especially at youth football as well, because you're all scrapping to be that professional player. And I think where you kind of came to prominence, if you like, and as a name was probably Dynamo Dresden, when you moved to Dynamo Dresden. You had a great spell there, and I, by the looks of it, that's where you kind of grew a lot as a footballer. You were made captain there. Just briefly on Dynamo Dresden and how really you came to move to Huddersfield as well. And the Dresden fans still love you as well to this day. They still tweet you, Instagram. Every time you say something, you get a lot of love from Dresden, don't you? So tell us a little bit about Dresden and then how you moved on to Huddersfield.
Yeah, this Dynamo Dresden was for me my biggest step to this point in German football, to come to such a big club, because there were every weekend were there 30,000 people there, and it was proper. You felt like you're playing for Bayern Munich, because when you go in the city, when you go to restaurants, wherever you go, they wanted to take pictures, they want to take signatures, and It was just a totally different world. In the first year, it was a little bit difficult because they just relegated fresh and they did a restart, and with the manager, they were not really was working. Then he got sacked, whatever. But it was good to see both sides. You know, when you win in Dresden, it's perfect. You're the king of the world. And if you lose, then you rather stay at home, because then they let you know that you should do better. And so this was very good experience from how it is to handle pressure, to deal with people. For the people in Dresden, Dynamo is everything. And if you don't care about the club, the people will feel it. And for me, I still love Dynamo Dresden as the same I love Huddersfield Town, because Huddersfield Town is my first club in English football. They gave me the opportunity to live my dream. So these two clubs will be always like, have a big place in my heart. So Dynamo Dresden, I say it right now, is my love as well like Huddersfield Town. So it's like English and German. So what should I say? They make me big. They gave me the opportunity. I become their captain with Uwe Neuhaus, a great manager. Had a beautiful time there, and it was just amazing. And I still love to be there because all the people show me so much love, show me so much respect, and I just love them. You know, it's the same when I speak about Huddersfield Town. When I'm up Yorkshire, I'm in Huddersfield or whatever, have to talk to people from this region, and they still show me so much love because I know I love them as well. Because this like first love, I don't know if you had this ever or not. You always remember your first time, and in Dynamo Dresden, I felt the first time like a proper footballer, and was my first major trophy for me. Okay, we promoted from third league to second league, but this felt like you won the Champions League with all the people around you. Thousands.
You leading the singing as well, isn't there? With
yeah, this was great. This was great. You stand on the edge, on the platform, and all these people, 30,000 people, 20,000 people, they're listening to you. They're listening to you. What you're saying, they do it. And this unit, this is awesome. When you have a nice chant about your rival, and you give them a little bit, you know how it is in football after game, and everybody is on it. This is just, I can't describe it. It's like the same when we won in the Wembley promotion to the Premier League, and 40,000 people are singing the Michael Hefele song. And when I came over to UK, it was just my biggest dream and one of my aims that I get my own song, because I know in UK the players, they get their own songs, and I was just like thinking, try everything, do everything that you maybe get a song, that you get lucky, you know. And this is just insane for me.
Well, let's start talking about your move to England. You moved to Huddersfield. David Wagner must have been a big factor as well in moving over. David Wagner, a lot of love for most guys on this podcast, you know, an absolute favourite of ours. You were a fan of English football as well, you've said. Just tell us a little bit as well about coming over, and tell us about that trip to Sweden on the island.
The first time when I heard about Huddersfield Town, I was sitting on my couch in Dresden. We were like comfortable to getting champions, and for me, like, was everything sorted that I stay longer there, because, you know, I was captain. I felt like the trust from the whole club, from the fans, from everybody. So for me, there was like no reason to go anywhere else in Germany. But my biggest dream is, of course, to play in England, because here is amazing. I always went with my best friend to the Boxing Day games, because in Germany you have like a winter break. Yeah. And then it was always like one of the first thing what I did, go to UK and watch the Boxing Day, because this was so unbelievable for me. And I just thought like, I want to play one day as well, Boxing Day. And I thought like, I can play this as well, what this guy's playing. I was like at Brentford, little tiny stadium, loved it. I was at Reading, I loved it as well, the atmosphere. I was at Chelsea. It was just the British people, when you come over there. My friend could speak English. I couldn't speak any English. I was thinking I speak really good English, but like some guy said, like, this guy can't even speak English. What is he meaning? So I thought like shocking. And then my agent called me and said like, Huddersfield Town want to have me. And I was thinking like, oh my God, this is England. This is really England. This is impossible. I looked up straight away Huddersfield Town. I didn't know it before, but I saw the badge. I liked it straight away. Googled the stadium, John Smith. I said like, delicious. Looks nice. Looks really nice. And then it was for me like a no-brainer. No-brainer. I said to my agent, okay, listen, do it. I want to do it as quick as possible, because England is the biggest dream as a footballer where you can go to, And then I said to him, we do it straight away. Had a little chat with David Wagner, which helped as well a lot, because he can speak to you German. My English wasn't that great. Okay, I could understand a little bit, but when you have a gaffer, a manager who can explain you certain things in your language, then it helped a lot for the start. And it was like just the opportunity to come over to UK, because I tried it before. It never worked out. It's like a door what is always closed when you're not a top player. I'm not a top player. I'm not Mesut Özil or Mertesacker or all these guys. For the big dogs, okay, they come over. But like for the guys who are not so in the big star modus, it's quite hard, and you barely see a lot of Germans or in the championship. So for me, it was a no-brainer to come straight away there. Had a good chat with David Wagner. He had a good game plan, and I was thankful just to get the opportunity, even from Dean Hoyle, which is like just amazing, because this person made everything possible. That he wanted to change something and bring a new spirit and a new mentality to Huddersfield Town, and we'll be thankful, and we'll be like always with him.
Michael, how did the Dresden club and fans take it? I mean, you were their captain, 30,000 fans. It sounded like I bet that it was a bolt from the blue from them. I bet they were really shocked. Was it emotional leaving them, or were the club surprised? How did that kind of end?
It was a big shocker, to be honest, because most of the players who are leaving this football club, they don't really get like a very nice goodbye, because like the people there are upset that you leave their football club. Obviously, it's understandable when you like play a good season there, when you're a big part or when you're captain, and then you just move on for your next career step. Obviously, supporters never see this good there, and it was like quite a big thing, because I played a very good season there, obviously captain, and they loved me, I loved them, and I just were totally honest with them guys. I was no bullshitting around. I said to everybody, to the manager, to the sports director, to the chef of the fans, supporters, I communicated everything very transparent, because a lot of people are hiding behind the agents or whatever. I said, like, listen, guys, I love you to death. I love Dynamo Dresden to death, and you just promoted in the second league of Germany, and this is as well amazing when you play there, when you have the opportunity, and all this this crazy positive people around you, you feel like nobody can do you anything. When you go inside there and 30,000 are in your back, you think like, the other team, we eat you up. We like, you know, you feel like so powerful with them. So I just say to them, listen, this was always my dream to go to UK. And I got now the once in a lifetime opportunity to do it. And I want to really, really do it. I want to try it. And I want to go to UK. First of all, it's always my dream to play there and to be there. And on the other hand side, obviously, I told them as well, honestly, that the financial aspect is a different point in UK, that you get a little bit more, whatever. And I communicated this straight away with them. And they said, like, Michael, listen, you told us this so fair, so transparent. We still love you. And they gave me like very, very big applause, and like all the 35,000 people like give me big surprise presents, you know, even from the club, which is like, I still got them. I got like a very, very big, I can send you a picture of this, guys. This is just amazing. Like with my shirt, with a lot of pictures around it. And this shows me they just did this for me because they love me so much, and they still love me, and we're still in contact. So this is the reason why everything went well, because I played fair with them. They played fair with me. It was obviously an emotional, very hard situation for the football club and for me, because you had like 2 wonderful years there. A lot of tears come down, what is normal, because like I'm not a robot. I'm just a human, you know. And as well, if you go to another dream, it was still hard to leave this. I don't know. It was so crazy because it was your decision. You want to go. And yeah, I was looking forward to it. And I want to do this. And I was like so excited. But on the other hand side, it was sad as well. You know, one eye was crying, the other one was laughing. So, but I was, it was good that the ending or the goodbye was like very, very
mutual respect on it. A lot of mutual respect from between you and between you, the fans, and the club, that tells us a lot about your character. And obviously, we got to love that character when you rocked up in little old Huddersfield. And to be honest, you had a bit of a slow start. You went in the team for a couple of games, and then all of a sudden, a little night down at Aston Villa.
Yeah, but before we get there, Neil, let's talk about that Sweden
trip to Sweden. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'd forgotten about Sweden.
I forgot about it. So sorry, guys, but there's so much what I have to tell, you know. And this was very emotional, like you said. And then this adventure started with Huddersfield Town. Sorted everything, was looking forward to it. Everybody was very excited. And I can remember when we fly over with my agent, Manchester Airport. I was so nervous, honestly. I was so nervous. We drove this motorway down to Huddersfield. And at some point, we're just like, it was just green, like in the book, in the English book, in the school. It was really like in the books.
Yeah.
And I thought like, wow, this is amazing. And then was this house in the middle of the motorway. Yeah. And then we came to Huddersfield. I was just surprised about the quality of the grass, you know, it was proper English grass. The pitch was like, mwah. And I thought like, this is a dream, really. Drank my first tea, which was a little bit, I had to get used to it. My first Yorkshire tea. And then, I was just so excited, signed everything and totally happy. And I felt home as well. I felt home. It was like as well, first love, you know. This is how my feelings I went off. And then we went to this crazy trip to Sweden, which was a big adventure as well, with all the English guys, then some German guys there. You can't really speak so good English. Some things, what you want to tell them or what you want to do, you can't really explain it. And then you have to show it with your body. And Then the sleeps in the tent were horrible. You don't get proper sleep. But for the group, this adventure, which was like, I wouldn't do it again. And we can do it again, but it wouldn't be so nice. But it was like, for this time, for this group, perfect. You got like a good bond together. When you were in these little canoes and you had to carry it to another little bit piece of water, or you have to paddle to the other end from the little islands, it was amazing. I'm still having like big contact to Sean Scannell, which is a monster, this guy. I thought like, these British guys, what are they doing? They're just eating proteins here. These arms were like guns. And we were together in a boat, and he said like he's scared of water. And I was thinking like, what? You're scared of water? You look like a bodybuilder. You can't be scared. Yeah, I can't swim so good, he said. And I said like, listen, Scan, no problem. We will rock this. Honestly, we will rock this. When you fall in the water, I grab you. And then we had this race with the other guys in the canoes, because it's on the end of the day, it started to get competitive. Who is the quickest? And then I can remember it was like we setting up for one island to the other island, and Sean and me were like in this bloody canoe, and it started to rain like heavy. Was cold as well, and we thought like, oh my God. And then we just like paddle as hard as we could to get to the other side of the island as first. But Mark Hudson and Joe Coleman, they beat us. I don't know how they beat us. They had a good technique, and our boat was bare power. We just made zero technique, all power, pure strength. And we said like, come on, we do this all for the Premier League. And there it started. And you spoke to the other guys. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? And say like, yeah, we want to promote. And I was thinking like, yeah, of course we want to promote. I just said like the championship in Germany with the trophy. I want to have this feeling again, because this was a tremendous feeling when you like get this trophy, lift it up, want to have this again.
After that trip, Michael, did you see promotion as a realistic thing, or was it just still a bit of a dream? Or did all the squad actually believe at that point that promotion could happen?
I didn't know what the squad was thinking, but I was thinking from day one, I came from a promotion. I want to have this again. And I know we will promote. So this was my feeling and my work attitude to achieve this again. And then when the season got like on, the first couple of games, and then, some things happen. And I told them, guys, we promote. But we have to work, obviously, a lot. You have to work a lot to achieve it. And not just like you work 1 week, or you work 2 weeks, or you work a month. Yeah. You have to work all the time.
Every day.
All the time. It's like every time when you come home, okay, what are you doing now? You recover now, or I don't know, do something crazy and silly. You have to recover. You have to look after you. Every guy is different, So you just have to think about this all the time.
I remember when the fixtures came out, and the first 3 away games were Newcastle, Aston Villa and Leeds, which are probably the 3 most difficult away games in the league. Obviously, we won at Newcastle, and then we rocked up at Aston Villa. Tell us about that. That was quite interesting, wasn't it?
Oh, wow. First 3 big games, yeah.
What happened there? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I was like the first games a little bit sad, that I don't get like game time or whatever. But it is like this, no problem. It's a long season. You need everybody. And you just have to win. Doesn't matter who is playing. And I was so, greedy, hungry, horny for some success, for some, just to come in. I want to come in, that I got it ticked over, like my first appearance in English football, my first minutes. And then, the first game was like not like this. You got any time? And then, I don't know, when we drive to Aston Villa, This was like a massive stadium. Wow. I don't know why, because maybe Hitzelsberger was playing there, so I knew a little bit Aston Villa, but that everything is so big and the pitch was like perfect. Yeah. It was just like proper British football, you know, English, and the changing rooms and the entry and all these trophies on the left and the right. And even the manager was like this guy with the bald head. Can you remember? Quite big guy. He coached Chelsea as well.
Di Matteo, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Di Matteo.
Wow, yeah. Di Matteo, wow.
Champions League winning manager, no less.
Yeah, wow. And it was crazy. And we did the warming up with Ian Whitehead, and he's obviously a big player as well. And we sipped the balls, pinged them. And then the warm-up was already, I thought like, wow, every ball is like on point. You can't do a mistake here on this pitch. And I thought like, please. I prayed on the bench. I want to come in, please. I want to come in. I made like a couple of sprints outside there, and I just wanted to be so ready. I wanted to show I'm ready, and I want to do something. And I didn't want it to sit on the couch, because normally you warm up 5 minutes, you go back, then you go again. But I was consistently outside because I just wanted to feel the atmosphere, floodlight. This is the feeling, you know, the proper feeling.
Could you hear the crowd as well at that point? Because that's the night the song started as well. Yeah. You might remember it just slowly started building and creeping, didn't it? The Michael Hefele song, and it's just like slowly, quietly.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Then the manager, I said to Dino, because he was looking at me and said, like, wow, what are you doing? Why are you warming up so hard? Because I sprint, I jump, I do this. And I felt like, yeah, Dino, I want to come in. I want to score a goal, and then I come over to you and we celebrate. And he was like, whatever, you German freak, whatever. And I said, like, no. When I come in, I score. And you know the, yeah, okay. And the gaffer, okay, Hef, you come up front. And I was like thinking, okay, up front, perfect. Score, you know, easy. And then I was like, I had so much energy and so much power. And it was, I was like, I wanted to turn my shirts. I saw the fans over there. They gave me a push as well. And I don't know what's happening. Aaron played a long ball, and I thought like, I chased the ball. I want to get this ball. And I jumped, and it hit my bum. And
25-yard rocket.
And I was like, oh my God. I freaked out. Saw you guys over there as fast as I could. I think I never was that fast again in my life, and just wanted to have this knee slide with the Bavarian claws to show that I'm here, boys.
I remember that night.
Where we were sat, Kosi, it was class, wasn't it? Because we were right next to Villa fans.
So
they weren't happy.
That night we went on with my coach, F, and you sent me a direct message because I put on an Instagram this video.
Yeah, it was crazy. This was crazy. You can't imagine how I felt there. I felt like, wow. Couldn't sleep even, because I was so full of adrenaline, you know.
The celebrations at the end were great as well, with David Wagner and you lifting each other in the air as well. And we surprised that we did the wave as well. It's a very European style celebration, isn't it? Doing the wave to the fans at the end, and it's not often seen in England much, you know, with the LA wave. So it was we surprised to see it, or was that just nature of what it's like in Germany?
It's just nature. I was coming like from a club where you like go to the fans after a match. You have to show them respect for their support. For me, it's normal to go to the fans, either clap or make the wave when you win, because we all sitting together in the same boat. You cheer us up 90 minutes or 95 minutes, and we are running on the pitch. So we have to show the respect. So for us, was it quite normal, or for me with the wave. So then later I understood that it's not like the tradition in British football. that you do this, but
we loved it. Yeah.
We absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Is it like it's part of the game? It's part of the game.
I think it used to wind the up.
Without you guys, football is not the same. You see it right now when we're talking about like this behind closed doors games or whatever. But football is like
that's not football, is it?
Without you.
I think it used to wind a lot of the opposition fans up, Michael, because we had something special, and people, as bigger clubs probably than us, it used to really get on their nerves. And I used to love it because the more we won, the more we did it, and it really wound so many clubs up. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think they understood the togetherness. Do you remember your home debut in the league as well, Michael? You came on as sub against QPR as well, and your first touch, you tried to dribble the ball from defence all the way, and you almost scored, didn't you? I wonder if you remember.
Yeah. Chris Löwe, he should have passed me better, this guy. Anyway, I just thought, like, come in and do something. I want to do something, not just like head it or pass it or give it away. I see these guys from QPR. I'm better. I can do something. I have to do something for the team. When I get the ball, because everybody was tired, I have enough power to make a little chop and then just run. Just run with the ball. Nobody can take me the ball. If somebody's coming, okay, I put my body in. You can foul me, no problem. Or I just hold it a little bit that we win. And then, I spoke to my dad as well. He just said, do something then. Do something. And I wanted to score as well in my home debut. And the touch was a little bit bad on the end of the day. And the sprint was quite long, boys.
So you got from one. It was fast as well, almost as much as the Aston Villa one.
The thing I remember about that home debut with that, because we were in the South Stand, is like we'd never seen it before, but you used to go right tight on the touchline, waiting for the goalkeeper to pass the ball, and we were like, "What is he doing here?" Because it's like, you know what it's like in Yorkshire, get it upfield, all this, and this was kind of a new style to us, a bit of an education, and it was really funny because the opposition kind of caught on. So you were waiting, like, give me the ball. And others were like, and we were like, oh, don't pass it to him. And it was really funny. It was unique for us. We'd never seen that style.
Yeah. Now it is like kind of the match plan what we had as well, to play the ball out of the back, which brought David Wagner in, because like some people, they don't like it, or some managers, they have a different philosophy. But I was used to it as well in Dresden. We played this as well. So I wanted to have the ball on this line, very deep. Give me the ball. If like a striker is coming, pop, 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 we pass the ball around because everybody can pass, or maybe a dribble, whatever. And then you go on from there. You don't just boot it and then hope for the best. It was a plan in behind. I can always pass it back. And Danny, which was an incredible goalkeeper as well with his feet, he can switch it. And then the left side is open. So it's very easy. You can't really make a mistake when you just believe in your strength. Even it's just two touch. You need a good first touch. You play it to your right back, or you play it back, or you play it on a number 6. So it's quite easy. I was used to it, to Dresden. There we played it a little bit. We played it more arrogant in Dresden. I was taking the ball there because we were like a lot better than the other teams, and go in from there with a dribbling. But in UK, everybody's a little bit better. And like when you do a mistake, they straight away score a goal. So you had to deal with it as well. You have to understand the philosophy from the new manager. So it was good. I love it.
Neil, I think that start of that season was, you knew it was something different when, Michael and his dressing gown and his air freshener. I just remember, I think, texting you that time thinking, whoa, what we signed here? This is different, because the English, you know what it's like, Michael, English, we stiff upper lip, we're very serious about everything. And all of a sudden, this man's coming in, putting on social media, and he's driving through Huddersfield with an air freshener. And all of a sudden, obviously some good results early on. And it was just like, it was fun. It was different. We'd never seen kind of anything like that for a long time.
It were little bits as well. Like you didn't turn up in a big, massive car. You had the little car, and everything about you was just different. And that's what attracted all the fans to you, your personality, everything about that. And it was a real, from Villa onwards, remember coming out of Villa and saying to me dad on way home, I said, this season's just different. It just felt good. And you could sense from the chairman to the manager to the players to us side stand, it just felt there's something happening here. This is our chance, and that's like it seriously felt like that. And you, as a team, you could see the togetherness, and that togetherness spread like wildfire to fans. And we were just everything that you said, everything that anybody, we were on it, and anything you could ask us to do anything in that ground, we'd have done it. It was just the relationship was the best it's ever been between club and fans, and you were a massive, massive part of that.
Michael, what did you think of because we had the incident, I think it was against Derby, when David went storming down the touchline, the last minute winner, and jumped on everyone, and obviously there was a lot of there's no respect here, and we'll come on to the Leeds game later, but it's just, did you find that puzzling? Because for me, football's about emotion, but we were stirring people up, like I mentioned about the wave, and then that as well. But that, for you, that's just normal, isn't it? Germany, that kind of scenes at the end.
Yeah, this is normal. This has nothing to do with no respect. You always respect your opponent or the other club. So this is just pure emotion. Because when you win late or whatever, or when it's like a very, very important game with a lot of pressure, it's a relief, and you have to let it out. And this was normal for us.
Michael, it took you a little while to get into the team. Well, obviously, Mark Hudson was club captain and, a good centre-back, so it took you a little while to finally, but you finally nudged him aside, and I'm thinking now we're moving on towards Christmas and Boxing Day in particular. You got to play your first Boxing Day game against Nottingham Forest, which was great, obviously, for you. That must have been great, and I just want to tell you a little story about something I heard, and you can comment on this if you like afterwards, but I was listening to a radio show at the end of the season, and they were interviewing a guy called Britt Assombalonga, who is now at Middlesbrough, but he played for Nottingham Forest at the time. And they asked him, Britt, who was your toughest opponent that season? And his answer was, on Boxing Day, there was this, I came on as substitute, and there was this German guy at Huddersfield who, when I came onto the field, threatened to break my nose. And then when the first challenge, he whacked me across the face and bust my nose. To me, that doesn't sound like Christopher Schindler to me, does that, Michael? I'm just wondering if you remember how much you enjoyed Boxing Day. And again, it was quite funny listening to the competitive edge coming through as well. And I hope Britt's okay.
Yeah, I don't know, can't remember. It's so long ago. But, on the field, you just want to win. And maybe...
All costs.
All costs. Maybe not all costs. What happens on the pitch happens on the pitch. Yeah. So afterwards, I don't care. We are friends. I give you a handshake. We can change jerseys, whatever. But on the pitch, I will do anything to stop you to score or do anything for the team. What you have to do, Maybe it was Chris Schindler as well, because he's as well a little nasty guy, covered in like a Prince Charming face.
He's sneaky. Is he like the silent assassin kind of guy? Really smiley, nice face, and then when your back's turned, he's there.
Well,
we've already heard about Schindler, haven't we? He tried to sabotage his trial.
You said he's it was a German, so I feel like more than a British, not than a German anymore. So when you say half German, half British, yes, okay, then it's maybe me, but I don't know.
You built up a really good relationship, though, didn't you? Together at the back, it was a perfect relationship in many ways. You both had your own sides. Christopher Schindler can play right and left side centre back, and you've got a brilliant right foot for range of passing, good left foot as well. And it just seemed a really good fit, the two of you together. You were the one who would go for the first ball, attack the first header because you're good in the air, and Christopher Schindler was quite good on the ground as well, sweeping up. It just seemed like a really good natural partnership, and it didn't really matter that you were both German. You just really suited each other's games very well.
Yeah, so it was from the first day, it was like just natural, like you said. We had a great relationship. We had a great bond. We wanted to win. We wanted to achieve. Everybody helped the other guy when he needed help, or just supported him. We're we didn't play against each other. We played with each other, and we spoke English on the pitch. Rana is coming, this or that. So it was not a. We never spoke German on the pitch. So it was just like from the balance, it was like a good, very, very good mix, and it was very enjoyable as well, because you could trust the other guy. If you maybe miss something, he will clean it out, or if he missing something, then I will be covering him. So it was just like all of the match situations, it was all automatic. You didn't have to speak a lot. You didn't have to study some opponents or whatever. It was everything natural, because he had some things what I didn't have, and I had things what he didn't have. So it was like a good yin and yang,
Absolutely, it was a great partnership.
Let me just quick charge my laptop. I get a
No worries.
charge.
Nice.
So, Matt, I remember we had a really bad run. We lost to Wigan, I think it was late on, and Fulham gave us a real pasting. And part of me wondered, had we had our fun? Was our fun over? But there was a game before Christmas at Norwich, Friday night on TV, where I really thought, wow, we are back. And I thought probably might have been his best performance of the season, that. And because I think Sky were thinking Norwich were going to have a nice, easy day at night, and we scored a brilliant goal and all, didn't we? Down with Kachunga, was it?
Kachunga got both.
Yeah, Kachunga.
Stankovic played at the back, didn't he, as well?
Yeah. We then we went on a run then. I think we won like kind of 6 out of 7. And like you said, Matt, coming into the new year, we were back on it, weren't we? And automatic, maybe.
Yeah, we signed Colin Quaner in that January, but there was still a need for a super striker, Michael, I think. And against Rochdale in the FA Cup, you managed to bag yourself a couple of goals, didn't you? And I remember EA Sports even got you a striker card, didn't they, for FIFA, and had you in Team of the Week as a striker. I'm just wondering what you remember of those games and moments.
Yeah, this is incredible moments, The game was like not so good in the first half time, at Rochdale. The pitch was not good. They played dirty, and it was like one of these games, in the cup. It's not running so good, where you're thinking, oh my God, bloody hell. And then the gaffer said like, oh, Hef, you go up front. Now you came in. And I was thinking like, centre half came in this game. Will be a difficult game, you have to focus, because you just play long balls, and when you do a little mistake, then in these games they will score with a wonder goal or whatever. And then he said like, you go up front. And I was thinking like, yes, bloody hell, nothing better than that. It is 45 minutes up front. This is so good. And then it just happens, First goal, Aaron Moy, nice cross. Header was okay, and I just wanted to. I thought like on the bench, I want to extend my celebration a little bit, and the plan was to slide on my stomach and then go into my in the Bavarian line position, because the pitch was like perfect for it. It was like wet. It was a little bit muddy.
Lost your trousers, did you? As well?
I lost my trousers. This was the only thing. I go down, I go up, and all of a sudden I feel like, whoa, my willy is looking out. And I was like, okay, good. This would be good. This would be iconic. Yeah. Well, it was just like my sloggy, and that was fine. And then Colin Quaner made a nice pass again. And all of a sudden, I got a striker card from FIFA. It was amazing. It was just incredible.
I'm digressing a little bit, but is Colin Quaner as good a cook as Elias Kachunga says he is?
He's a good cook.
He calls him Chef Cock, doesn't he?
Absolutely, chef. This guy, what he is like doing in the kitchen, I say like, wow, this is good. How much effort he put in and how much detail he put in. It's like he's a really good cook.
He seems a great guy, but we'll talk about Colin a bit later on maybe. It's coming up to that time now where we made an amazing run. We beat Rochdale in the Cup. And then we have this run of games which looks very difficult on paper. We've got Brighton at home, who were top of the league. We had Leeds United coming up, a big local derby, Rotherham away. There was some difficult games, QPR coming up. And we were sort of fifth and sixth. We were in a good position, fifth or sixth. But at this point, it felt like we hit the afterburners a little bit. And we really went on an amazing run, which put us onto the brink of automatic promotion. The Brighton game was probably one of the best performances you'll see from Huddersfield Town team, probably from what I've seen, or maybe all of us have seen from a Huddersfield Town team in 30 years, would you say, guys? That Brighton performance was amazing.
Comfortably, yeah.
That first half against Brighton. And then I just wonder what you remember of that, and then maybe we'll talk about the special goal afterwards.
I can remember when we played Brighton, they were like...
They were top. They were top. Yeah, they were top.
And I don't know. We felt in general very strong. You know, we know they come to our John Smith. It was a night game as well. Floodlights on.
Sky TV.
We're unbeatable, more or less. Unbeatable. You can't beat us because we were to this point so strong. All the rhythm and the automatic, how you pass, when you run or whatever. It's just like a natural. And we thought like, yeah, we will beat them. We will beat them. We were full of confidence. And then the match were going like how we wanted. We score.
Michael, I missed the Leeds game. I got a text from my friend Tasha. I'll never forget it for the long as I live. With the best text I've ever had, because the game I was watching was the same time as the Town game. And she sent me a text 2 o'clock. She says, Hefele scored in the last minute, and there's just been a riot on the touchline. And I'm thinking, I'd had a drink and it was early doors. I'm thinking, nah, man, it happened, didn't it? So you got to, what?
Tell us about that Leeds game from the start then, Michael, because it was, I think they were third and we were fourth at the time, and there was like a point between us. And again, on Sky, we'd only had a couple of days from the Brighton game, so we'd had less time to prepare and less time than what they had, and we gave them it for 90 minutes.
Yeah, I remember quite good because you were like after this Brighton game a little bit tired, and it was a 12 o'clock game, so it's like a different rhythm as well. And I can remember when Shindy and me were in the room together. We had like after the breakfast, we were so tired that we had like a quick nap after breakfast. Would not really happen because normally we take breakfast and then we talk or we walk and then it's lunch again. But we had a little nap, and then when we drive to the bus, obviously it was big tension. Everybody wanted to win this derby. Everybody knows they hate each other, and for these games you just want to play these games because these are big games. You feel the hate between each other, the rivalry, and it's just like in these games you want to perform, you want to be the winner. And we go there in the bus. Katja was talking to me and said like, yeah, it's an important game, it's a tight game, and imagine you score today, imagine you score, you will be like a legend forever. And I thought like, yeah, Katja, this will be fantastic. So just score one, Katja, for us. And he said like, no, I have the feeling you score. And I was like thinking, yeah, I don't know, just want to win, mate. And the game was quite tight. And this striker from them, this big guy, Wood also. Yeah, he was like a big lad. And I like to play against these big guys. It was always a very physical battle and wasn't nice, It was a good game because they were a good team, and you could say like, look guys, you're Leeds United, you think you're better than us, but you aren't, because we are better. And we played them, and you felt the pressure. You felt like the stadium were like, the atmosphere was like buzzing and it was like loud, and the atmosphere, just amazing. And it was like 1-0. You just want to win this game because you can't really give them 1 point. And in the last couple of minutes, I don't know how the situation was or why I was in the opponent's box. I just felt like, nah, I want to do something. I had too much energy, and we can't leave it like this. And I just sneaked forward. I don't know why, after free kick or something. And then he shouted at me, say like, have stay. And I was like, yeah, whatever. See you, mate. Let's go now. And then I was just around there, sneaking around there, and just felt like, maybe I got a tap in, maybe I got a header, maybe I got something. I wanna finish this game off now, because I knew this was a live game, and when it's always a live game, you get this nice little man of the match trophies. And I was always like annoyed from Aaron Moy, this guy, because he got always these trophies. So the chance that you get this trophy is very little. But as a heart, I wanted to have a song. I wanted to have as well this man of the match trophy, because to get a trophy or get something like this, it's just like something what you have for your life, and you never get it as a defender, always the strikers, always the number 10, always Aaron Moy anyway. So I just felt like, you know what, Leeds United, we all hate Leeds, just to do something. And then the situation was like the ball at somehow just landed in front of my feet, and it was all like slow motion. I didn't hear anything around. I just saw the keeper, and I just saw the ball come slowly to me, and I was just thinking, okay, you like 3 meters in front of the goalkeeper, Michael Hefele, just try to hit the ball with the inside of your foot and put it a little bit left. This will do. Just hit it, because sometimes you don't hit the ball or whatever. I just was focusing on this touch. Just touch it clean, that it goes left. This guy has no chance. The ball come, I touched it in a tackle, something like this, and I knew, this ball goes in. And explosion. I wanted to climb the John Smith Stadium and, I don't know, jump down to the pitch. It was pure emotion, because you wanted to win this game so badly. You were close in the table. You want to achieve something. And in these big games, you want to be the difference. And I was just so lucky for everybody around, for whole Huddersfield Town, because I knew from my neighbors or from the people around that it means a lot. Even Dean Hoyle said it means a lot. And you understand this, that it's like not just a football game. It's more than a football game for all the people. And for me as well, this is more than just 90 minutes. It's just like, this is forever.
Were you involved in the trouble after, Michael? I can't remember the footage, guys.
I remember Michael ran up
on the other side. I was like celebrating because I was in another level. I was in the cloud and I was thinking, I can't believe this. Just scored the late winner, and it was just amazing, And then I was on the halfway line or something. I looked over where all the guys are. I felt like, you're joking, guys. I just scored. Nobody's like celebrating with me over here, having a laugh with the supporters on the other side. Yeah. Turn around, and they had a little fight on the other side where the coaches are. And I felt like, I really want to join this fight now, because, quite strong, can show off there a little bit. But I was exhausted from my sprint, from my celebrations. I felt like, this 60 yards over there. When I come over there, it's finished anyway. So just stay cool. They will handle the situation. And they handled the situation. It was anyway like nothing special. They just kicked off because they lose. And then they say it was no respect from the manager. I don't know. This is a little bit like, come on, we are like grown men. We just
babies.
He's a bad loser. I wouldn't worry about it.
At least you were nice and composed for your interview after, F. That all went to plan.
I was going to say, Hef, so we've got, it's lunchtime on a Sunday. There's families all around the country ready to sit down for their Sunday lunch and, say some prayers, etc. and put on the football maybe, and then put it on, and then there's this happy German with Izzy Brown. Izzy Brown's face, I'll never forget when he looks at looks at what you've done. But, and then you sit there and the immortal words come out, and it's forever since then been known as the Hef Bomb. So maybe talk us through the interview.
Well, what should I say, guys? I was like so happy to win this game, you know. Then this guy comes over and say like, Michael, please, can you come to the camera and to the reporter? And I thought like, yeah, of course I can do it. And I just was hoping like, you give me this man of the match, hopefully, you know. I was quite honest. Izzy Brown was as well there. And I thought like, why is getting Izzy this man of the match? And then it came out that I got it, and I was like over the moon. Anyway, my feelings, you can't describe my feelings, because this was as well one of the proudest.
Perfect day.
Perfect day.
Yeah.
Big rival derby, and then score last minute winner, get this man of the match trophy, which means for me a lot. I was just so happy, and I just wanted to say it's like a effing dream for me, because in German, when I transferred to German, it's normal that you say it. It's like a effing dream, you know. And then this guy said, like, "Oh, you can't say this on live TV. Sorry for the language." And I was like thinking, whoa, what is going on here? Because I didn't know. And he gave me the hard shoulder, and I was looking to his shoulder, and I was thinking like, what are you doing? You're talking out too easy. You still give it me, please. I was like shocked. I was disappointed. I had like a little bit shaking. What did I wrong? You know? And then he said it too easy. Yeah, obviously you can't say this. And I felt like a little boy who got told off from this Skyman. And I was thinking, okay, sorry. I didn't know that. I don't want to cause any problems.
It's fine.
They interviewed you again.
Just give you the trophy.
You were interviewed again, and it were the same guy. I can't remember who we were playing. They said, Michael, he would smile, and you smiled, and he smiled and said, Michael, just be careful what you say. I think it
after Sheffield Wednesday in playoffs.
Oh, yeah. What it? Yeah. That would brilliant. That good closure.
But fantastic thing as well, Michael, is not only did that it added to the season, it added to the personality of the season, and not only did it make everybody laugh and make everybody smile, you know, from what you did, because it was an accident, we could see that, but what it did is it gave the season a catchphrase as well. And I'm sure Dave Threlfall-Sykes won't want to put it on the DVD, you know, Huddersfield Town 2016-17, it's a heffing dream, but it gave us all the catchphrase for the season. And away at Rotherham on Valentine's Day night, you know, we're all there behind the goal, and all the Huddersfield fans are singing, it's an effing dream behind the goal. You must have felt like that was pretty good, you know.
It was pretty good, and it was like, I didn't know that I can't say this. It was just like, you know, I'm a little kid, feel like a little kid, and I was just so happy about how the team is doing, about how the fans are to me. All the circumstances around, it's just like amazing. And then you guys starting with "It's a effing dream." It's even, you can't understand really, you know. And then it just like, you know, just do it, boys. And then we just did it all together, and turned it from a dream in a reality. But it was like not on purpose. Everything like just happened, like even with the dressing gown or with all this stuff before, it just like come to me more or less.
Natural, wasn't it? These things don't happen, yeah.
It just happened, you know, and it felt just great. It felt great.
So we're getting towards the end of that season. We gave Newcastle and Brighton a lot to worry about. Didn't quite get there in the end, but we got into the playoffs. The first time that Huddersfield Town had ever got into the playoffs in the Championship, which was a great achievement in itself, especially for you know, people that, you know, some of the experts at the start of the season were tipping Huddersfield to get relegated. You know, likes of Ian Holloway, etc.
Most of the bookies.
Yeah, a lot of the bookies. We didn't. We got to the playoffs. just wondering if you remember those Sheffield Wednesday games. The first game against Sheffield Wednesday, they came and put a lot of men behind the ball. It was difficult to break them down. They had a good side, and it felt like at 0-0 that game, that Sheffield Wednesday thought that they had everything sewn up going into the second leg at Hillsborough.
Yeah, I think so. These games were like, we came in the playoffs, in the semi-finals, and I think we were like very good prepared, because like the previous games, we lost the last game against Cardiff, but like when we played away against Derby, it was already like set up that we knew we played the semis after Wolverhampton Wanderers, Yeah. So we could use the games after Wolverhampton Wanderers to practice a little bit, to like how is it, which kind of match plan you want to do, how you can like handle it. Like, for example, in Derby, we were 1-0 up with a counter-attack, and then we defended okay until the end, and we get a goal, and we played 1-1. And this gave us like experience, what you needed for the semis, that you have to be switched on all the 90, 96 minutes, whatever. So I thought this as a good learning curve for us, the last games, what happened there, that we don't make these mistakes in the real semifinals. Because when it's like 85, whatever, you just kick the ball as hard as you can. It's nothing that you can play out the ball, whatever. It's just that not conceding. And I felt very well prepared for the semifinals. And this is the big games. You want to play the big games. The little games you have to play to get to the big games. But there you felt these games, they mean something. It's about like going in the next round, going in the finals. You just felt it. You felt it in the air. It was such a nice feeling to be part of this game, because I don't know. It's like a World Cup. You lose, you're out. You win your next round, and you had a big prize to play. And we felt very comfortable and strong against Sheffield in our house. John Smith had the Forest Jerry on lock. And went then to Hillsborough, which was like emotionally and atmosphere-wise wild, just wild. We came good in the game.
That night were unbelievable. I mean, you personally were immense that night. That were, for me, up there as possibly your best game in the town shirt that night. I thought you were unbelievable, and there were no way with performances like that you could just say we weren't going to lose that night. There were no way we were getting beat, and there's us in this little stand up at top in the middle of nowhere, and you can feel that. But the noise when they scored.
Oh, I thought we were done, Neil. That when Fletcher said it, I'll be honest, Michael, I thought we were finished. I didn't think we could come up off the canvas. What did you think then? Did you just think we can still do it, obviously, or were you devastated?
Well, how we started the game and how the atmosphere was in this game with this hey-ho Sheffield Wednesday, which was immense and very loud. And we came good in the game, and I thought like, we can win this game, and we were comfortable. And I never thought like they would score. But then when it was dark, when the floodlight was coming out, the atmosphere was like, And this Fletcher scored the header. And the boys from Sheffield were so loud. And with this lights out, hey, Sheffield Wednesday, it made you like so small, pushed you inside the pitch, It was like so much pressure. And the next 5 minutes, they dominated us. And we just thought, like, come tight all together, get through this hell right now. It was like in an open ocean, like everywhere, like we get like thrown around, and you just couldn't breathe because they come, and you defend, and we just thought, like, just get through this 5 minutes, get through this 10 minutes. The game will change.
From being there and watching it, they made one big mistake from watching it. when they scored, Stephen Fletcher, a great cross from Bannon, great header by Fletcher. And then after that initial sort of 4 or 5 minutes of real pressure, they took Fletcher off, which were really strange at the time because he would played really well. And they brought Jordan Rhodes on, who, and obviously we know, as Huddersfield fans, we know all about Jordan Rhodes and how good he can be. But from how it were going for them then, it completely killed it for them. And that substitution, for me, changed the game back in our favour as much as bringing Quaner on.
So yeah, we came then a little bit back. We could breathe. We could play again. Everybody was like, "No, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. We are not losing here." So everybody puts more effort in. Chris Löwe played as well, very well. He pushed us forward, and then even with Colin Quaner, this guy. He's a great character. In hard situations, he will be there. He will be running. Even if he is dead, he will run for the team. He will cover some space. He can create something. And everybody, I was thinking like, nah, this is like not impossible. It can't stop here. This is like not going to happen. And when Colin, I don't know how it happened, Colin go down the side and he tried to cross it or whatever, and they made their own goal. It was a big relief. We are back in the game, because normally you can't come easy back in this game. And we needed this kind of bit of a luck to get this goal. And then extra time, it just has to be like this with the penalties, away. Everything was set up for us. We can't win against this. We can't lose against these guys, They thought that we are Sheffield Wednesday. We're way better, lots more money, whatever. No, we are
all the talk was about, everyone were convinced it were going to be a Fulham Sheffield Wednesday final. That's all you heard from press.
Yeah.
Fulham against Sheffield Wednesday. Town and Reading were just basically written off before they even kicked a ball, which after the season we had were ridiculous, really, yeah.
So,
how did it feel, Michael, then? It goes to penalties, and you toss a coin, don't you, to decide which end the penalties are at. So the penalties go at the Kop end at Sheffield, where all the noise is. And I've seen the video from behind the goals, where the penalties, you guys are coming forward and you can hear the swearing and the vitriol in the, from the crowd that, you step forward for the penalty and they're calling you all the names under the sun. You're under immense pressure. There's so much pressure in that situation. There's an entire season sort of hanging on your shoulders. I'm building this up a lot now for you, but how does that feel, sort of walking forward? If you can sum it up in words, how you've got all this going on and the pressure of the season and your teammates looking at you, hoping that you're going to do it. Number two, firstly, why were you second? And did you take penalties at Dresden as well? Was penalties something that you're familiar with?
Yeah, I took penalties as well in Dresden. Why I was second, I don't know. You just after the game, when we were in front of the penalties, the gaffer asked who is gonna take a penalty, and I was like, straight me. And then other guys who were confident, there was like no doubt that I when I speak about my person, that I don't take it. I will take every time a penalty, because I want to decide I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this game, or in this movie, I want to be one of the actors. I don't want to be just in a boat and good luck, guys. No. So it was clear for me to take it. And when you see Chris Loy got forward and scored quite good penalty, the other guy scores, and then it's your next turn, and you think like, you better score now as well. And you just walk quick forward to the penalty spot. And when you leave the group, for me, I didn't hear anything around. It was quiet. I don't know, when I watched like a video, I watched one time a video from this, it was quite noisy and quite boo or whatever. But to this time, I didn't really hear anything. I just wanted to put the ball down, be calm. I know where I put the ball, and had a little look on the goalie. It went in, and the pressure from this point, it just like dropped. and you felt like, good.
A little bow and arrow as well, wasn't there?
Little bow and arrow, you know, little Robin Hood. Because seriously, you know, these Sheffield guys, they think they're the best, and I thought like a little anecdote, like we take it from the rich and give it to the poor. So I thought like we gave you a little bit, and this was quite a big relief. And when Danny Ward secured us the final, it was just like fly, baby, fly.
How fast is Danny Ward?
Wow, he's so quick, this guy. He's so quick. And then we just had this whole run. Your legs were hurting. You were so tired, and you put everything in your last sprint for this big celebrations, because this is, you couldn't believe what it really means, like Wembley final, playoff final. What does it really mean? And, you know, through everybody's excited and happy, and then just can remember to run. I had some friends over there, and I just wanted to jump in the crowd. And
you almost jumped in the Sheffield Wednesday, didn't you?
All of a sudden I felt like, what's going on here? They said like, hey, fuck off. Relax. Sorry, guys. And you were upstairs. So I didn't really realize this. So I was nearly over the thing, and wanted to just celebrate, and was an amazing feeling. And then the guy from Sky came again and said like, Michael, you're man of the match. And I was thinking, wow, this is insane, because this is a big game, and you get this reward. Very, very proud of it, because I like a big game. I love the big games.
The celebrations were crazy as well afterwards. We've seen the videos with the celebration on the field, and you're obviously giving it some out to the fans, and everybody's singing "Que Sera, Sera." We're off to Wembley, and then in the midst of everything, you grab somebody by the groin on the video, which is quite funny as well. When he doubles over.
I don't know what's happened there. Maybe it was Rookie, my old friend. He needs a good rep, this guy. It was just pure emotions, you know. Yeah. When we celebrate, then we celebrate, and when we play hard on the pitch, we play hard on the pitch. And it was like for everybody. Nobody could believe it. We believed in it. You guys believed in it, and we were the only guys on the planet who believed in us. So it makes it super sweet to come then in the playoff finals to Wembley.
And then Wembley, did David Wagner take you guys away and take you away from the spotlight as well? Did you go out to Spain or Portugal or somewhere for a little brief training?
We had like, this was quite nice idea that we go to Portugal, I think it was, for a week or so with our family. We could take our family with us to Portugal. We had a little bit training, but most of the time recovery. And it was like, again, a good thing for the whole bound, you know, because there you start to realize when you speak to proper English players like Dean Whitehead, he says like, we achieved something so far, and this day in Wembley will change your life. It doesn't matter if you lose it or if you win it. You achieved to come to Wembley in such a major league championship. Is not an easy league. There are top players, and this day will change your life regardless. So it built it up. You understand it. I had some problems with my Achilles already, because I had it over the last 2 months already to the playoffs, but I couldn't skip it. You know, you had to play, because you want to play every game. You play Brighton, you play Leeds. Yeah, of course you want to play every game. You can't say like, oh, I got now Achilles problems. I would like play with like a chopped off leg for these games. This is the mentality what I brought up. If it was like clever for the afterwards, for the new season, maybe not, because maybe I should take care about my body, that I could play or perform in the Premier League when we achieve it, but you don't know it. So I would do everything every time the same. So it was just more or less for me, when I speak about my personal time in Portugal, to recover, to get the best what I can be in Wembley. Took a lot of painkillers, just to get in the Premier League. And when we drove down to Wembley the day before, checked in the hotel, and in the window you can see the Wembley Stadium, which is big everywhere. Huddersfield Town against Reading. It was even like a relief that we played against Reading, because Fulham beat us 2 times very badly up. We didn't have any chance against them, so it was quite good that we played Reading, because I knew we can beat Reading. We will beat Reading, you know. So confidence-wise, it was like good. And then when we went like the day before in the stadium to have a feeling for the dressing room, for the pitch, have a look around. Even like the little thing on the pitch, what is saying like, you enter here as a player and you leave as a legend, puts goosebumps all over your body. And you take this within your hotel room. You think like, this day will change your life when you win it. This is the best game what you can play, because the stakes are so high. And you just want to win it, regardless. And you were a little bit nervous in the evening, you know, when you had your dinner, but you tried to calm down because you were so excited. It was like you just want to play it. You just want to play it right now, because you can't wait. I looked so badly forward to this game that I tried to calm down, sleep, have your regular rhythm, you know, wake up, take breakfast. The build-up was like immense to this game. Everywhere Huddersfield Town fans. You had here on your training kit, playoff final, Huddersfield against Reading. Then we played even in my favorite jersey to this time, the yellow and black stripes, which was another thing that I know we're going to win this. We're going to win this because this is my favorite shirt as well. Then you go out in the warming up. You see the 40,000 people, right, Huddersfield Town full. You saw left, Reading, they're not full. It's just immense. Had some pain on my Achilles, I'm not gonna lie. Shook loads of painkillers in me, like literally loads and loads. I can't tell you how much, because then you will think like, oh my God. So I just wanted to play and win. And then when you walk out there, first of all, the whole dressing room is like with your name, everybody's number, then pictures on the wall right and left, and you think like, you are in Wembley. You're a little guy from a little village who they ever said like, you can't really be a professional player because you're not good enough. You're sitting here in Wembley in the most historic and best stadium ever, and play now the biggest final what you can play. It's just, you feel so strong, you feel with so much power. You just want to go out there and win this game for Huddersfield Town, for you, for your family, for your teammates, for everybody. And you stand in the tunnel, you see the Reading guys, you see Yapstam, which is a legend as well, all the people around, the whole build-up. You walk out on the red carpet, right and left, the fireworks, and you stand there. You just breathe it in and you get bigger, your chest get bigger and bigger. I felt like this when I see this. I get stronger, I get more confident, and I thought like, yeah, this is the day for life change. We stand up to each other. This man gave us the hand from the EFL. And then I will never forget this moment when like God Save the Queen, it was coming out. After this song, I had no pain anymore, nowhere. And I was like nearly singing like, God Save the Queen. Na, 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 na. Honestly, it was so nice. I had everywhere goosebumps. I knew my family is on the left. And it's the game what you ever dreamed of a little boy. When I played in front of my house, I was like always thinking some scouts are around or whatever, or the little games what you played in your youth. You want to have this big game where everybody is looking at you, where you have like high stakes, where you can achieve something. And we started the game very well. We played good. We had a good game plan. And we saw the first couple of minutes, this game plan will work. So we had full trust in this and full belief in us. And we should have finished the game earlier, because Izzy Brown had a great opportunity to finish it. He saw it late. Okay, no problem. I had a great opportunity with my header, which I missed, which it hurts me still, you know, when you think about it. And we had them under control. They don't really have big chances. We defended well. And you got to the overtime. The atmosphere is like immense, intense. And you know it. You will go penalties again. And it had to be like this. How we went up, it had to be like this in front of our fans. Not after 90 minutes. We, as Huddersfield Town, we wanted to have the full experience of Wembley. We wanted to have 90 minutes. We wanted to have extra time, and we wanted to have a penalty shootout. So you got something from your ticket, because you pay for a ticket. So you want everything.
Absolutely. It's,
and
did you injure your wrist as well during that game? I remember you had a wristband on, didn't you?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I had it on. Because like I quite landed on my thumb and it was like twisted and it was like not really well. But I don't need my hand, you know. I don't need my hand. I don't need my fingers. I just need my legs. And in this game, you were so focused on everything, on the opponent. How is he moving? You concentrate like 200% nearly. You see everything. You just wanted to be on point, that you know, like you did everything what you could, like defending wise, passing wise, everything, every little detail had to be perfect. And we did it, you know. And when we stepped up after this great game what we had, maybe it was like boring for other people, but inside the game, it was just intense. You made the details right, because there's a lot of, we're playing for, you come to the penalties, you were exhausted anyway, because it was so hot. I got already a cramp. I never got a cramp, and I got a cramp in my left leg where I knew I had problems with my Achilles. So I knew there was going something on, which was maybe not so good. And you just, after the whistle, you know, now we go in the final last couple of minutes, which decide how is your life going to be after this 5 to 10 minutes. And the gaffer asked as well, who wanna take a penalty? And we're like, yep. And even Shindy was coming then and said like he wanna take one, because he was not in this 5. And then he stepped up and he said like he wanna shoot as well one and take responsibility, which he can take because he got the quality. He played a very good season. He's always there when you need him. So for me, he has to take a penalty because he got that much quality. And I knew he will score anyway. And the rest, you know exactly. The first one, Chris scored. I saw the goalkeeper. I thought like, maybe he looked at our penalties in the semi-finals. Is he taking the same corner or whatever? And then my penalty was just poor. I felt confident to walk to the spot. And last minute I changed my decision, which I shouldn't do, and which was is a good experience for my life to go through this. Because it was such a hard and deep hit in the balls to miss this penalty. I was not sad. I was angry about myself that you like worked all your way up here and then you do something like this. And I was like so annoyed of myself and so angry. But then I thought, the other hand side, I saw the other guys from Reading. It should be the plan that I take pressure on Reading with my missed penalty, that they think like, oh, bloody hell, we just have to score now, then we go up, and they couldn't handle the pressure. So it's all part of the plan. At the end of the day, I'm still thinking about it. What would happen if I would score this penalty? Then I would say, like, you never know, because maybe if you score it, you have like a better feeling for yourself, but maybe you didn't get the promotion because the Reading guy scored and somebody else missed it. So I would take any time, all day long, the same outcome, even when it's personal, hard to take, because I wanted to be perfect. And it's hard to handle such a situation where you play a final and you miss it. But on an F day, I would take it always the same way, that we get promoted as a Huddersfield Town, and as a team, as a group, as supporters, that we go up. You know, it doesn't matter if I scored or not, you know, because we are happy with the end result. On the end of the day, I saw everything. I saw the good side when you score, and I saw the bad side if you don't score. And this is, for me, a great experience and lesson for my whole life.
Michael, one thing I always want to know from penalty shootouts, is there any chat, like people he's going to miss, or, you know, a bit of gamesmanship? I always think, I mean, I love cricket, and there's so much chat, a bit of psychology, trying to get in people's heads. What are people like at the penalty shootouts? At Hillsborough, at Wembley, he's going to miss, or I bet he won't score? Do people try and kind of put people off, or is it just you take your penalty and you block it all out?
No, not really. Not really. There was nothing, or even I didn't hear it. I think there was nothing from the Reading fans, and we, as a group, we were like concentrating to ourselves, because we don't care what they are doing or what they want to do. We, as a group, are so strong and had so much belief in us, even after my miss, that we will win. And when the other guys stepping up, Naki, Aaron, they made a perfect penalties. And when it comes then to Christopher Schindler, I know exactly this guy is his time, because he deserved it. You know, he was a little bit in the semi-finals. He didn't feel really well at Hillsborough, so it was his time, and he deserves it totally. And I'm so happy for him and for our group that we achieved it together, because, it's history. Who thought ever that Huddersfield Town will go up in the Premier League with a bunch of like mixed international, unknown players, some from Germany, German manager. What are they doing over there? It was just like for us.
It must have been an amazing feeling when Schindler's penalty hits the back of the net. You must have lost all your senses almost. And
I did.
Yeah, we all did in the group.
When you saw like this 40,000 people there, everybody goes up and jumps up, and you just sprint over there. You don't know where to go, because you got so much emotion, so much feelings. You can't realize what it really means for the football club, for all supporters, for your personal life. It's just immense.
I remember we had about where you all came to celebrate in the corner at the end. That's where we were, and there's like a tunnel in every corner, isn't there? And just to the other side there were a load of Dresden fans.
Yeah,
which brilliant. There are probably a good 20 of them, all in Dresden shirts and what have you. And that must have been a proud moment for you to see them following you all the way over to watch this game.
Yeah, there were a lot of. This was very proud, because I know this was like 10 or 15 guys from Dresden, which were coming all with Dresden shirts, and 44 in the back.
Yeah, they did.
They wanted to support me, and I had like in total like 50 people there, which wanted to support me. And this is just, you know, what should I say? On this day, my family is there. You achieve such a great thing, and some guys are there, you know, from different clubs or from different country, and all together you achieve it, and you're just happy and celebrate. I couldn't celebrate so hard because I was hurt so much in my personal ego that I didn't put it in. So I was like a little bit, but it's nice.
You say that, but then I remember, I mean, we spoke about this briefly on the phone last night, and it sent shivers down me, and I think it did you. Just talk us through 40,000 Huddersfield Town fans. Your song comes on at Wembley, and you're away. Just talk us through that feeling. That's unbelievable.
Well,
breakdancing.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, after this match, everybody is like celebrating. It's nuts. It's like going wild. It's going crazy. And then your song is coming, and 40,000 people are singing Michael Hefele's song, and they were like, and it was just like, I can't describe it because it's so surreal. You know, it's not real. It's not real. Yeah. It's like, it's a dream. And I was so proud. My family is there. My father, my mother, my brother and sister. And I was
what did they make of that? They must have found that unbelievable.
They were as well in the stands, like.
Did you have a song in Dresden, Michael, or not? Did they have a chant for you there?
Nah, in Dresden you don't have chants. There's just chants for clubs, and it was just, you know, this feeling in Wembley. This is like not any stadium. We speak about Wembley. We speak about playoff finals. We speak about you promote in the Premier League, and then your song is coming on. Yeah, how would you feel?
Top of the world.
God knows.
How did you feel when you're on that bus? We'll talk about the celebrations and how you celebrated that night as well, because there's pictures of you getting sprayed with champagne all over the place, and fantastic. And the celebrations the next day in Huddersfield Town Centre, as there's thousands of Huddersfield fans lining the streets, and you're there in your dressing gown and with your hat on, your Hef 44 hat as well, I remember, and you're on the top of the bus, and David Wagner's hanging off the side. I thought it was going to fall off at one point, singing Huddersfield, and it was an amazing event that to go to, and to see you guys singing. You're singing No Limits on the stage, and David Wagner's singing all sorts as well. How did that all feel? How just tell us about that day, because it was, or that night even, because it was certainly surreal as well.
Well, it's like surreal. Like this day, you get up the stage in Wembley, you get the trophy, you make the pictures downstairs, you have a little celebration with the supporters, which was unbelievable. You wanted to spend all night with them and kiss and hug everybody and thank them for this amazing season. And then you go in the dressing room, all the guys were already changed. I didn't want to really change because it feels so good to be in the winning kit. So I was like the only one which was in full kit with my football boots, with my shirt, and just like went stinky in the bus. And from there on, the guys drunk, which they deserved, you know, and spread it around. And we sung a lot of things. I sipped my Coca-Cola, which was delicious. We had a very good time there. Went up to the hotel. Dean Hoyle set up there some nice buffet, and we were there all together, celebrating, screaming, chanting, dancing, and you were just so tired from the whole day. And on the next day was this incredible journey with the bus from the station to the stage, all around Huddersfield Town, where all the supporters which are cheering to you, you feel like, well, how you feel? You feel like, amazing. It's just like you achieved something, and all the people are there now cheering at you, and it's like you want that these moments last forever. And if you remember these moments, they will give you like a a good mood. They will remember you, that you had like nice time, a great time there, an unbelievable time there, and you always think back to these good moments when it's not so good or whatever, or how is your life situation, whatever. You think about these nice moments, and this will put you always in a great mood. And when we went there, driving in with the bus and the whole people were out there, oh my God, I thought like, wow. This is just, best day of my life, with the promotion in Wembley and all the supporters together. This was the best 2 days in my life.
Unbelievable.
I feel like I've gone back to that moment in time where I'm stood in front of the stage now, when everybody's on the stage. It was amazing, and I remember you actually had a boot on, didn't you? You had the boot on stage, and amazing days. And going into the Premier League as well, it just felt like a dream. Like you're half, when you're half asleep and you're like remembering little things that you're thinking of. It was amazing, and all these new players came in. But you had that Achilles injury. Did that sort of make the Premier League more difficult for you? Because you made a couple of appearances, didn't you, in the first season in the Premier League? But did you have a couple of injuries which meant that maybe you didn't play as much as what maybe you would have done otherwise?
Well, yeah, I think this nobody knows really, that I tried to sort it out a little bit because I had problems, and I tried it then again and had again problems. So it was not a perfect start, because obviously I put everything on the line for the previous season that we get promoted, and then I suffered obviously from this, which I would do always the same, that you put like the achievement and the team achievement in front of yourself. Maybe it's like stupid, because when you think like you could have been fit if you're in the Premier League, and then you can fight really for your place. It was never that I was like a really 100% fit, because it bothered me always. And then the season was like, for me, for my health, it was like not really great, because this bothered me a lot. Had a break, then come back, then a break again, then I come back, then I done my knee with like the first tackle, and I had to have a surgery on my knee again, and then the season is over. And you expected totally something else, and this is just a very bitter pill.
That must have been really, really disappointing after all the effort that you'd put into the previous season.
Yeah,
it's almost like you'd had your reward taken away.
Well, it is what it is. It was nice to be part of it, and it was a great experience. And I was lucky to be part of the Premier League. I think is not everybody can get some minutes there or play at Old Trafford. This was like this day nobody can take it away from me. But on the other hand side, when you see like the guys who you're promoting with, they're all playing, they're all doing well. Why should you not be playing well or doing well if you're fit? This is the only thing. But, on the end of the day, this is football. Nobody cares about yesterday. And if you're not fit, you're not playing, or you're nothing worth then anymore. And this was a little bit sad, but this is the other side from football as well. I expected something else from myself. If I would be fit, I would fight for my place, obviously, because the big guys in the Premier League, okay, they just cook with water as well, and you can hurt them as well, because they don't really like to get hurt, and you can fight exactly the same. Maybe it's a little bit easier because these guys are a little bit posh. They don't want to hurt. They want to play nice or whatever, They're like little divas, and this would be great. But I'm very thankful and very happy for all this experience. what I was able to make with Huddersfield Town, with the promotion, then with the Premier League season. I was part of this historic moment. So,
do you keep in touch with many people from Huddersfield Town now, Michael?
Yeah, I keep in touch with some guys. Obviously, not as much as it was when I was there. Yeah. But like, I still keep in touch, or still when I'm around, I'm coming around. So it's like literally with everybody a little bit, you know, how it is. So I'm always happy when I'm up Yorkshire to be there around, because it was just a very nice emotional time for me. Exactly how I had it in Dresden. It was like a good time. We had a lot of success, and you just be there and enjoy it, you know.
You say about the Premier League, but you certainly seem to be a big part of the dressing room as well. I remember when we stayed up in the Premier League, and the day after there was the video from Laurent Depoitre went viral, a little bit of you dancing to the Laurent Depoitre song in the changing rooms as well, which was great to see. You were still very much part of the dressing room as well, and you do strike me as a bit of a joker, maybe in the pack, if you like, one of the more mischievous characters as well. I'm just wondering if you've got any.
What's give you that idea?
I'm just wondering if you've got any sort of good stories about what the dressing room was like at Huddersfield and your friends there, and any sort of funny stories that maybe you might have done in training or anything, maybe around Mr. Kachunga or something.
Well, I don't know. I can remember when Lolo scored this brilliant goal that we stayed up in the Premier League, which he did a fantastic job there. Bumped in the keeper and then just tapped it in. And I like him a lot, Lolo, because he is as well like not one of these players what you think like lean. He's like a powerhouse, you know. He's just lifting weights for fun, and he's strong, and he's a good guy. He has the heart on his right, on the right side, and I was so happy for him because he was always grounded, and he is grounded, and we did a lot of things as well out of football, because it's just funny. And he was like as well. We had some nice jokes with him, especially with Kache, Colin, or like Shindy, you know, and we just made like a lot of fun all together. It was, to this time, it was a perfect group, because everybody wanted to achieve something and everybody wanted to work hard. So I can't really tell you any stories inside of the dressing room, because it was always very boring, you know.
I'm sure.
We don't like jokes, and there were like some obviously jokes, but what happens in the dressing room stays in the dressing room, guys.
Obviously, it's a few years away yet, but what do you see as your path after football?
Well, I want to definitely stay in football. So I will do anything to stay in football, because this is what I did the last 15 years. I give everything for football, and this is my life. I won't go in another business or try to do there something, because I got too much feeling and too much love for the football. So I want to be a coach or like a sporting director, because I like to work with the guys. And even when I train with my brother, or when we do something, or with the younger kids here, I like to share the experience or the passion, or where can they work on, or the little details. I want to, you know, just to motivate them to get to their best. And I was lucky that I got like some good managers, some mentors, and you know, want to pick the best out of it, and then one day, be out there and manage a team or be part of a team. You know, this will be my dream, to be like a coach. Well, 44, I think I said it like early doors when I come over to Huddersfield Town. That is like a little romance to Dynamo Dresden, because I had a very good time there, and this was like my door opener for like English football, for the next achievement, for the next step in my career, what I wouldn't achieve without Dynamo Dresden, because there everything kicked off, and then I build it up with Huddersfield Town. So this is the reason why I take 44, because A, B, C, D. D is the fourth letter of the alphabet, and this is why Dynamo Dresden.
Excellent. And when you were in Yorkshire, did you pick up any of your favourite Yorkshire words or favourite Yorkshire sayings that you've maybe picked up in Murfield? You're right, pal.
Something like this, you know. Just like, I like now fish and chips as well with some Yorkshire caviar.
Yorkshire caviar. Wow.
That's the stuff. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Right as well, like the beans in the morning with your eggs.
Yeah,
which is as well good. So I felt like most of the times like a tourist, because I want to try everything. I want to live like the British culture. I just, you know, like the guys, the lads, the UK stuff.
You lived and breathed it, didn't you? All the time you were here, you lived and breathed Huddersfield.
Yeah,
I took everything in. Yeah,
so I want to be around, because it's just good to be around. Great people there. They all got the heart on the right side. So it's for me very important as well to have this touch with the city.
No, I just want to say thank you, Michael, because what a ride, mate, and good luck for the rest of your career, man.
Cheers, thank you.
Absolutely. So I'd say the same. Thank you for your passion, desire, and the effort that you put into playing for our club and your club, hopefully going forward as well. And you only made 48 appearances, but I don't think any player in my time watching Huddersfield has put a smile on the faces of Huddersfield Town fans as much as what you did in those couple of years. So we'd like to thank you very much for playing for our club and representing it brilliantly.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're fully deserving of Huddersfield Town cult hero status, and I'm sure we'll all remember you fondly. Would you like to say anything back to the Huddersfield Town fans as well that have that might be watching this?
It was a very nice and enjoyable time at Huddersfield Town. As I said, it was my first steps in British football. I will remember this always, and I will be always thankful and bounded with Huddersfield Town, because you gave me the opportunity with Dean Hoyle. I will thank him like forever. I will be thankful to him forever. And all this love you supporters showed me over these 2 years was just surreal, and it was not really real. It was like really like a dream. You just dream it. You made it so special for me, and this is why you guys will have always like a place in my heart, and hopefully we will see us one day back.
Hopefully, I'll happily buy you Yorkshire tea, some fish and chips, and some Yorkshire caviar. My treat to you.
Some mint sauce. You need mint sauce on the mushy peas, though. Absolutely.
Thank you.
But yeah, just thanks, Mike. Thank you, Michael. It's been we've had a great few weeks on here talking to some proper town legends, and you are right up there. It's been an absolute joy to speak to you, and I hope that you go on to have a successful remainder of your career and get everything that you deserve, because you deserve everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it. Auf Wiedersehen. Hello, here's Michael Hefele, and it is a having dream to be on the podcast, and he takes the chance.
Money range from this cowboy, so keep the chains, 'cause I got a little time and some tenderness. You never bow my love, yeah. tricks don't mean so much to me. Just take my hand